Hello, everyone, and welcome to part two of Eat More and Lose More Weight, where we're going to take a closer look at the calorie density chart. Now, welcome to everyone. So glad that you joined me today for our part two, and a special shout out to Teresa for suggesting that we go deeper into the chart. So, thank you. I'm listening. I'm listening. So make sure that you're tuning in because I'm going to cover all the things that you're interested in. And we are here on Diet Less, Live More, which is a YouTube channel where we are working towards helping women of color achieve their goals of weight loss. So welcome back to part two of looking closer at the calorie density chart. I am Danielle Armstrong, also known as Danny. I am one of the members here on Diet Less Live More that is about actually transforming my life to get to the healthiest I can be. So please be sure to check out the website here and subscribe to make sure that you are getting all the updated news on how to eat more and weigh less. So let's continue with our discussion on the chart right now. So, what I wanted to do today was just take the opportunity to take a closer look at this calorie density chart that you see here. So, this is a calorie density chart that I like to refer to and use that really helps me to or helped me to get an understanding of what weight gain is and how it happens in reference to calorie density. And in part one, we talk a little bit about the tips that I have to help you get through this. But today, I just really wanted to take a closer look at the chart. So hopefully, you all can see the chart there and you can see how it's arranged. And notice there's an eat section of things that you can eat freely. And then there's a section to avoid and limit. And we're going to talk a little bit more today about what that means and why we want to avoid and limit those things. So let's start off with what we can eat, which is on that density chart at the top, which is 100 calories per pound. So this chart is arranged by calories per pound. Okay, so that's for us, United States Americans, for us to be able to really consider and see in our mind when it comes to our plate and what we eat, what we need to focus on when it comes to consuming calories or consumption. So let's look at everything that's in the 100 calorie per pound. We have so much food that we can eat a lot of and lose weight. And that is the vegetables, the non-starchy vegetables. We're talking about greens, we're talking about squash, we're talking about zucchini, we're talking about cauliflower, we're talking about all of those great vegetables that we love to eat and that really are so healthy for us. So that really expands the amount of food that you can eat when you're really trying to focus on your weight. I know for me, it really helped a lot by eating those foods first. I know Chef AJ always suggests that is that you eat those things that are lower on the calorie density first so that you really get all those nutrients that you need first too before you bulk up on the things that fill you up. So that includes so many different lovely things that we love to eat. I know I love making my collard greens and seasoning the way that I like. I love making my cabbage, which I just did this week. And then today I get to have some Brussels sprouts that I'm going to use some infused. I'm going to after I blanch them and roast them, I'm going to add some balsamic vinegar to kind of give it some more flavor. So I love my my Brussels sprouts and then broccoli and then so many other lovely vegetables that we love to eat, those non-starchy ones that are so tasty. Then we move up to another favorite category of mine, which is fruit. I love fruit. Start my day with fruit each day. Eat as much as you like of both the non-starchy vegetables and fruit. You can eat until you can no longer eat any more from these two categories and never worry about gaining a pound. And I love that about eating this way. That's my favorite thing. That's why I love this transition diet for people who are like me and like to eat a lot. You can eat as much as you like of all these things every day that I'm mentioning now, and enjoy them however you like, as long as we're not adding calories to them as we cook by adding oil or butter or anything else like that. Now, our spices are free reign, so any spice that you like, you can use to enhance those foods to make them great. So I love it. That's why I love this way of eating. The next thing is the potato, corn, squash, and oats. As you can see, that's 400 calories a pound. So, as though we can eat as much as we want, when I was really trying to up my weight loss, I would really put my energy into the first two categories and then have the potatoes, corn, squash, oats, etc. as just a filler, a way to fill myself up after I've had those things to kind of like, okay, Danielle, you're good. You've had a pound of potatoes or two. You're good to go. You're full now. And it really does. I love it about potatoes, corn, squash, and oats. They really give you that full feeling that you really need, to be able to sustain this way of living. Um, Next thing is let's look at and one of the things. Oh wait, let me go back to fruit. One of the things that I want to mention is that fruit. We're talking about seeded things that we eat. So even tomatoes and cucumbers are fruit. Peppers. A lot of times we don't think of our jalapenos and our peppers as being that, but note that those fit into that category. Of course, we can eat as much as we want of that, but just for you to consider what is considered a fruit and what is considered a non-starchy vegetable. And that is also those vegetables with seeds. And then we're talking about our leafy vegetables. Okay, just to definitely give you a definition of what that is. The next thing is the potatoes, corn, squash, and oats. That's pretty self-explanatory. So now let's move on into the whole grains, rice, and pasta portion of the chart. And you can see that that is about the point of where we can stop our eating without restriction. Now, of course, you can have as much rice and pasta and whole grains, but as you can see, if I have 3 pounds of that, I'm going to be limiting, the amount of food as opposed to I could have, if I'm trying to do a 1,500 calorie day or 1,800 calorie day, I could have several pounds of fruits and vegetables to fill up my stomach to get through the day. So if you're really trying to eat more and weigh less, consider those vegetables, non-starchy vegetables, of fruit, and then you have your potatoes, corn, squash, and oats, and your whole grains, rice, and pasta. And your beans and legumes serve a great purpose as well in providing some of the filler and things to help fill you up as well, and also provide that flavor that you're used to if you're a meat eater currently. And that is 600 calories per pound. And that's about the limit of where we're like, okay, you can have as much as you want. Under that limit, you can have as much as you want of those above. But as we begin to get below the beans and legumes, we're going to need to be careful about what we're eating if we want to lose weight easily, right? And we want it to just fall off. So now let's get into the other side of the chart. Okay, avocados. Love avocados. They are fruit, but they are very high fat. So if you're trying to lose weight, you want to use them sparingly. As a matter of fact, a couple of tablespoons a day is probably, more than enough fat that you need to add. If you are really trying to lose weight, let your body handle the fat. You don't need to add any more. As a matter of fact, every cell has a natural range of fat. So as you're eating, know that you're getting all of the fats that you need. If you are eating at the lower end of this calorie density chart, the green end of this calorie density chart, know that you're getting everything that you need. All of the nutrients, all of the protein. You do not have to worry about that. All of that stuff is more, you have more than what you need in the vegetables that are non-starchy and the fruit. You have more if you're using your calories that way, you have more than you need of the nutrients. So avocados, please, use sparingly, enjoy, but use sparingly. Then we have ice cream. Notice, avoid slash limit. Ice cream has the higher calories, the added processed sugar, the added milk, all of those things that are causing issues. Bread, bagels, and wraps are on the higher end too, so you want to limit or avoid them. I'm very fortunate in that I live in DeKalb County in Georgia, and we have a farmer's market that makes a bread called ciabatta that does not have any added oil or any added dairy. So I'm able to enjoy that a little bit more, once or twice a week. But I do try to limit my breads, bagels, and wraps because of the calorie density that they had. Notice the cheese and the dry cereal. Okay, notice what's on this chart and what we need to limit. I know a lot of times, especially in the vegan world, we really hype up the nut seeds, butters, or nut seeds and tahini, but notice how many calories they have per pound. So I use my nuts and seeds in my dressings. And I have to say, when it gets to those times when I'm like looking around, those nuts, what I go to for the treats, they're not good, right? Because you see how they are in the calorie density. Notice again, as we said in part one, the oils, the oil pop popcorn, we're getting into 4,000 calories per pound. And that's where we need to be careful. So if you really examine this chart and look at it for what it is, you can really see how you can eat more and weigh less if you eat in the green area, and you might gain more if you're eating in the red. So pay attention. This is mathematics, just mathematics, as far as what comes in and what goes out. And for losing weight, they recommend a daily calorie of 1,800 calories or less, trying to maintain 2,000 calories a day. So I think if you add up what I was eating, if you look at my blog, which is on here for you now, if you go to Danny's Life Change blogspot, I have calculated and shared what my daily intake is of food. And just for example, sometimes for breakfast, I love to have as much fruit. I do mono fruit for breakfast currently. So I'm doing as much fruit as I want. For example, yesterday I had as much watermelon as I wanted for my first meal of the day, which was about 11 o'clock a.m. yesterday. It just happened to be. Um, I ate as much as I wanted and I truly enjoyed it. Then later on, once, I feel like it's time to eat again, no set time, but just later, I had a salad with some homemade salad dressing of maple syrup, um, apple cider vinegar, and some seasonings, but mostly smoked paprika, which is really good on there. I would like to make homemade dressing. Some of my favorites are featured on my YouTube site. Also, too, then after that, I had some oven baked fries and a veggie burger for dinner. So that's what I had last night. So I went kind of a little higher on the end with having that veggie burger, but that bread remained without any oil, and I didn't put any vegan cheeses on my burger last night. I kept it clean. Oh wait, actually, I did add the cashew cheese. I forgot. I added cashew cheese sauce to the burger, and still, my day yesterday was under 1,500 calories. So I ate all that great food. Probably like I ate a potato and a half yesterday of French fries. So I really get to eat a lot and keep the weight down. So I'm grateful for it. That pretty much is our review of the chart. Please let me know in the comments. Please let me know in the comments if you have any further questions or anything's unclear to you so that we can clear that up. for our part three. So you guys tell me what you want to know more, and we'll continue our journey on this calorie density weight loss. But this is the key. This is what I still use now when I'm considering what I'm going to eat and how I'm going to move forward with my diet, and it's served me well. I've lost over 90 pounds, and I'm still ticking. If you want to join me on this journey to eating lighter and loving life and loving good health, please join me. Let's talk a little bit more. If you're more interested, please schedule a discovery meeting with me using the link in the chat, and we can talk a little bit more about what you want in your life for weight and what that looks like for you. And we can design a plan that works for you. Now, this worked for me because I love eating as much as I want. And not having to worry about it and coming up with the recipes or finding recipes that are delicious and low calorie and healthy for me. If you have whatever way works for you is what's important. And so in our discovery meeting, we'll be talking about that. So I hope to see you more. Hope to see you on my channel. Hope to talk to you in my discovery meeting. And talk to you next time. Take care.